Hi, this is Dr. Comproni again, and this is another installment of my lectures on the African American vernacular tradition for a course on African American literature. And we're dealing now with gospel, the gospel tradition. This is going to be a briefer lecture. I'm not going to go through every single part. You might get some interruptions from my pet bird here. It's a blue jay that comes by on my porch a lot, and so you might see it flying around. I'm at my porch right now, so don't be surprised if the jay comes around to visit us. Um, but we're going to. Oh, she's coming over here to my head. Yeah, so I can't see her. There she is. Okay, pecking on my back. This is an amazing thing. Okay, so well, anyway, yeah, this is funny. A bird pecking on my neck. Okay, so never mind my pet jay here, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about this little light of mine and other gospel pieces. This little light of mine is a piece. Oh, look at the jay came down here too. Sorry about this tremendous distraction, but I love to play around with anything, especially whenever I'm teaching. But this little light of mine is an African American spiritual about faith and the importance of faith and how we should let it shine and be joyous in life, just like the jay is right here, enjoying itself, trying to eat my book for African American Lit. And you can see that the Gospels are more joyous than the spirituals in the sense that this life is more important. I know you probably have to watch this video twice because this is quite amazing what it's doing. I wonder if I can close this page right here. Oh my gosh, you're back. Okay, so another piece is Down by the Riverside. It's a really great spiritual gospel slash gospel, a gospel about baptism and the focus on baptism. So down by the riverside, with the phrase "I ain't gonna study war no more." Of course, this is a vernacular, so dialect is used, double negatives are allowed, um, and but this is about developing a sense of peace within yourself. Freedom in the air, the symbolization of freedom in the air, of course, is empty and open, and everybody shares it. So this is again a sign of freedom. Take my hand, precious Lord, is another famous gospel piece, and you can see the humanized quality of God. God is um, almost human, can take a person's hand and guide them through the darkness and the despair. Peace be still. Um, the stillness of peace. Of course, peace is still, so this is almost an oxymoron. But again, this is, let peace exist. Stand by me is similar to take my hand, precious Lord. When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me, stand by me. When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me, stand by me. Again, about life and suffering and the need for companionship. And God is a companion. God is a humanized God within the spirituals and the Gospels. So again, when you look at the vernacular tradition as a response to dehumanization, you can see that significance in the in this particular tradition of the Gospels. Now, the Gospels, of course, were sung mostly in the church as opposed to the spirituals, which took place elsewhere, um, because they happened during the slavery time period. And if we look at gospel is more modern. Gates and McKay state, what is the gospel manner and what is its history? Briefly, gospel music emerged in the first decades of the 20th century as blues and early jazz styles of singing and playing instruments began to exert a powerful impact on the way church musicians conceived their task. So we're talking about the influence of blues and early jazz on African American spirituals, especially in holiness churches, churches of God in Christ. goes farthest from the genteel European models of churchly decorum. A highly percussive, polyrhythmically syncopated, and bluesy music began to appear. So this is happening within the African American church. And so gospel is, but its point is to uplift the human spirit. So if we can focus on that dimension and look at the imagery, look at the humanized qualities of God, uh, and the forgiving qualities within these gospel pieces. Okay, and that's it for this particular lecture today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little more brief than the other one, but I will come back with another segment soon.